Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I do not see anyone in the chat. Let me figure this out. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if you can hear me in the chat, or if the chat is open, because I'm not sure. Yeah, I had three people. Well, yeah. Mm, I see. Sleep for a minute. Mm, Yeah, friends. Me, I guess. I'm not sure. Yeah. Mm-mm. It's just me. Mr. Markham. Well, I guess there's only two people on, but I don't know why the chat is not open. If it's open, if anything, I don't know what's going on. Huh. Okay, let's do this real quick. I'm just let everybody know my own. Right. I'm gonna get started. So I had nothing to really talk about today, unfortunately. Just doing a garden check-in on everyone, see how everyone is doing, what's going on with everyone. Um, and the thing is, I know that we are in a couple of hours from Mother's Day, so once happy Mother's Day to everyone. We're celebrating Mother's Day. If you're not a mother, you and your aunt, you still consider like a mother. So happy Mother's Day to you and also all the godmothers and whatnot, grandmothers and great grandmothers and great great grandmothers. Happy Mother's Day to you all. Without the mothers, they won't be no us. So it is the truth. Happy Mother's Day to you, sweet. Welcome. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, well, I'm going to talk about my garden since no one is here at the moment. Uh, but we are live, so and I want to talk about what's going on with my garden right now. It is May 9th. Yes, May 9th. And so for the past week, we have had high temps from the 80s all the way into 95 degrees. 95 was hit on yesterday, unfortunately, for some of us here in the Central Valley of California. And it was so hot that, yeah, it felt like it was 100 degrees. Um, and I know like some places in the East Coast right now, it is kind of cold, raining, and some people are getting still getting frost, which is kind of typical throughout the month of May for some people. Yeah, and so uh, just know that everything's gonna be fine. Everyone know that we are in global warming, which is another subject that some people don't really like to talk about. Uh, but for us, I am NJ Cali Gardner, and we just want to say welcome to our channel. First of all, I got to say that, and we grow in containers. We do not grow in the ground as of right now. In the future, we will be breaking ground when we do purchase our home. When we do decide to purchase a home, uh, but as far as growing in the containers, I can teach you so much. Basically, for me, I don't have a preference on containers. I just choose what we can afford. So, for instance, if you grow in the ground, I mean in the containers, and you want to, if you have like a storage bin or a recycle bin or like food grade buckets, those are fine. 5 gallon buckets, 4 gallon buckets, 2 3 gallon buckets, those are fine. Storage containers, you want to use like a grade 5. They are sometimes they are labeled on there. Those help because those won't get UCV, which is basically UV, which is basically like the sun rays, where the sun actually is basically concentrating on the on that container, where it can actually degrade very quickly. Sometimes when we purchase containers, we don't realize that we have to be careful with certain containers because they can uh, basically deteriorate from the sun, not just from actually being outside for a long time. It's really the sun that causes it. Sometimes even snow can cause a container to fall apart. We also grow in grow bags, and the reason why we grow in grow bags because they're durable. They last up to at least 5 years. The kind we have is from the brand we have is from Smart Pots. I believe that grow bags are very beneficial for those who basically can having like difficulty with lifting, whatever like that. So basically, grow bags actually are air prone. They actually air prone the roots. I'm right now experimenting with grow bags. What I'm doing with the grow bags is I have about let me see, I have a grapevine that's in the grow bag. My single nut blood orange, no, my orange suma and the moral blood orange are all those three are in grow bags. And what I'm doing I am actually seeing how well they will actually grow in a grow bag. Yeah, you can grow figs in there, you can grow other fruit trees, but for me, I want to see how long will they actually last and mature, be able to mature, growing in grow bags. Like I told you before, you can use any type of container. It doesn't really matter as long as you drill the right amount of holes in the bottom. Um, and so another thing when you do start with container gardening, you also want to think about the soil. What type of soil you're going to use. I use the Kellogg's raised bed potting soil. You can use any type of soil you want. My preference is organic soil because it actually has the nutrients that the vegetation or fruit or berries that I want to grow. And so for me, I like to use Kellogg's raised bed potting soil, or you can make your own potting soil. It's up to you. Use your cocoa core, peat moss, or sphagnum peat moss, peat perlite peat perlite, which is those white little I will call them like uh little balls you see. Those that's used or you can use vermiculite to amend with your soil or topsoil you want to use, whatever type of soil you're going to use. Cocoa core is great. It's like cocoa husk from the coconut. That actually helps to absorb um, the moisture, and also sphagnum peat moss, which is also acidic, but it also helps to absorb moisture as well. A lot of people use in the bottom of the containers. Some people use burlap. They use plastic bottles, rocks, whatever they can use to hold the drainage and whatever floats your boat. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I use carb. I did a mixture. So for the past going on what 3 years now? Has it been 3 years? Yeah, it's about been 3 years since I been on YouTube, actually on this YouTube channel, because I actually had a YouTube channel from 2009 under a different name, and it was so funny. The other night I had a dream of me actually doing that, showing that video, that YouTube channel, and I remember that's actually it was me actually playing the piano keyboard. And I put at least some like 2 or 3 videos from back in the day. I believe that was 2011, 2012. I don't play professionally, but I was that's my channel, my old channel. But I was basically asked to or yeah asked basically to start a YouTube channel on gardening, because that's not there now. There are a lot of I would a necessity. How do you say that word? And this I can't even say it now. Our kind of people, okay, that's starting to garden more, and they starting to come up pop up on YouTube. But I would say this to you guys: you don't have to start a YouTube channel just to be a gardener. You could just garden at home without social media. But I wanted for people in my region in Zone 9B, so Central Valley of California, to know that we do exist. There are quite a few people who are in the Central Valley who have gardens or who are professionals, who are masters, and that's very great. Another thing that we do, we grow from seed, and we grow from plant start. And so for our family, we grow things that we like to eat. One thing I'm gonna say to you guys who are new to gardening is that be careful on what you choose uh, in your garden, because sometimes we go overboard. We start to get the itch and we want to go buy all these type of different vegetables, knowing that we don't eat it. If you don't eat it, please do not grow it, because you're wasting your money and your time. I'm just gonna leave it just like that, because sometimes we get so excited about gardening that uh, we lose sight on what we are doing, what we like to eat. All right, so that's just a little side note for you. And so my experience with gardening, at first I was like, man, is this gonna work for us? And I said, you know what? Let's just try it out. So my wife, that's right here next to me, what she did, she found a raised, what was it? It was a makeshift raised bed. Like it looked like a dresser drawer. And we do have Instagram, so I will put that link up into the chat so you can follow us on Instagram, because you will see how we first started. What we started with, the full grade buckets that we have now, the white buckets. Then we came across this this dresser drawer that was a 4x8, I believe, and on the side of the road, she found this. She said, "Bang! I found something that you might want to use." Yeah. Yeah, that's the great thing about it. Yeah. Excuse me, y'all. I'm over here about to choke. Hello, me. three and my three and me. I'm sorry. I think this is the valid name. But good evening, good evening, good evening. Me, three, and me. My three. I can't say me, three, me. Lord, help me, Jesus. I need, yeah, I need to put my glasses on, y'all. Sorry. Um, Good evening to you. Welcome to our second live. Um, we have not done a lot since last month, actually, but welcome to our live. I'm just talking about our experience in gardening and what we have been going through. And it's a garden check-in, so let us know how your garden is doing right now in the month of May. We feel free to ask questions if you like. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I apologize. It's um, but yeah, we it is a tongue twister after when you look at like what and I got classes. I'm like, that's even worse. Um, but so we basically took a raised bed and like I was that was our first one of our first things that we had in our garden and it did very well. Don't get us wrong. It was made out of wood. Uh, it looked like a dresser drawer, like legit. But what happened? Yeah, oh yeah, let me tell you about that. So she she's like, you gotta come get it. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go come get the yeah, it was funny though. It was funny. So people and mind you, we got neighbors outside enjoying the weather. They're like, yeah, I come with these what's those pull it like some suspended wires, some suspended rope that you can put onto your cars. One of those pulley things. I can't think of the name. We got it somewhere. Um, and so I had to like three of those, four of those, and tied it onto the drawer to the raised bed. Thank God it had the wheels on it, and it it did not look like it was heavy. She's telling the truth. It did not, but I legit pulled it, and I was pulling. I was sweating and it was only like what down the like 3 blocks at least 4 blocks away from our home, and I was pulling it. Yeah, she was helping. She was helping. She was helping. Yeah, and we eventually got to our house. I drilled holes in it, put some soil in that thing. I don't know how many bags of soil we used. And the first thing we we plant in that raised bed were red acre cabbage, kale, spinach, flowers, and some other things. Let me just read this comment. So, oh, okay. Congratulations on your first video. That's what's up. Yeah, yeah. Gardening is very, very. I think that because you know what too, and it's helpful. Gardening is very, very helpful. It's besides eat growing your own food. It's very relaxing. It's very beneficial to your health, physically and emotionally and spiritually. Some people have their own, little beliefs, and own ideas. What I will say for new beginners, like you, and other people who are going to see this rebroadcast, I would say learn from your mistakes. Please learn from your mistakes. Um, if you like herbs, grow your herbs. If you like just tomatoes, just grow tomatoes. You're still a gardener. Some people say you're not a gardener because you don't know, you don't have that much experience. That's not the case. Okay, okay. Oh, good, good, good. Okay, now it's just yeah, yeah. It's switch, yeah. Yeah, it's very it's and see one thing about me is that I think I got the bug for gardening and 3 years ago, but it's in my blood because I always was doing it with my grandmother. That's the thing. My grandmother who was back home, and I'm back home on the East Coast. I'm from New Jersey. That's why my name is NJ Cali Gardener because I am from New Jersey. I've only been out here for about what 4 years, 4 years, going on 5. And so my that's where I'm from. I'm not from California at all whatsoever. She liked to make fun of me because my Jersey side come out a lot, and she she gets a kick out of it. Yeah, for you, we gotta share. You gotta share. So you really got to share. If you got a YouTube channel, you gotta and you don't put videos out. Sometimes you get some people get scared, they get nervous because they don't want to be judged, and there's nothing wrong with sharing, your garden because uh some people that's on here, could be mean. Um, and they like to be judgmental and tell you what to do and what not to do. I would say, look, listen, do what you want to do. It's your garden. Use the methods that you know what how to use. Um, I'm very observant. For me, I'm very observant. I watch other YouTube channels and I listen to a lot of people. And I just see how they present themselves. And sometimes it shake my head because some people are so downright, just mean on here, and I don't say nothing because I'm trying to learn to be humble and have humility. Because sometimes certain things don't need to be said. Bashing people for using blood meal, bone meal, and using uh, chemical fertilizers if that's all they can afford. It ain't necessary. Not everyone can afford certain things. Amen to that. And that's the truth. Like it's the truth. Um, what I have learned from grown from seed, and it's so funny because I did plant start and seed at closer to the same time. Um, and in 2000 it was 2000 before I even started our garden over here where we are now. Uh, I was like a teenager and I grew basil, parsley, and not rosemary, it was just basil, parsley, and cilantro. And I don't really like cilantro like that, but now I do. At that time, I did not. And I grew those from Baker Creek Seed Company. Yeah, yeah, and it's true. We gotta have a natural garden. We had to, we really do. Um, because I keep telling people, and I want people to understand, nature is always right. Nature knows best. And that goes for even growing, some herbs indoors. You can do the same thing indoors. You can grow basil, you can grow rosemary, you can grow thyme, you can grow parsley. Um, and the thing, easy with my attention. I'm sorry, son. Um, and the thing is, we get it confused. We try to go against what God created. God knows more than what we do. We're here for we basically he's here. He's been here for eternity. He's eternity. We are on a time schedule. He's eternal. We're on a time schedule. And in order for us to uh uh to have eternal life with him, we have to first become saved, sanctified, and accept him in our lives. That's a side note with the Sabbath. I'm about to start preaching over here. Let me stop. And so it's a difference, there's a difference. But I tell people, if you're going to grow a tree, right, and you need mulch. What is the when the fall comes? What happens? Certain leaves fall from certain trees. What do those leaves do? The leaves from the tree allows it to be a blanket. Okay, that blanket keeps what the root system warm. Okay, so no matter no matter what people say, there's nothing wrong with using leaves as the blanket to cover your tree. All right. That's what's good, Supreme Family Garden. How are you? Thank you for joining the live, my brother. I just saw your video on peaches. You're pulling my shirt, son. I don't want to show my skin. No, thank you. So he wants my attention. I'm sorry, y'all. So there's nothing wrong with having a covering. You can use wood chips, especially in the fall, winter months. Um, And that goes with containers. Yeah, yeah. Peace and blessings to you. I hope you are doing well, Supreme. Staying safe. Also, I would hope everybody is staying safe. I know we're, those who are believers in God. Elohim, Jesus, Yahshua, Yahweh, Vahe. I hope y'all are doing well. You covered with the blood of Jesus, and no matter what, stay strong, stay healthy, build your immune system. I could go tell you right now what you could do. All you need is turmeric and ginger to this help, and your vitamins and nutrients. She says thank you. Um, yeah, I'm going.
Same to your wife as well. Happy
Yeah,
Mother's
happy Mother's
Day.
Day to you, Mrs. Supreme, and happy Mother's Day to everyone who is on our chat. If I have not said it earlier, um, but that's the thing. We have to make sure that our we take care of our garden and growing in containers. And what happens when we grow in containers, especially in the summer months, we need mulch. All right, my friend. Thank you for popping in. I didn't advertise the live like I was supposed to, but we will be doing another live in probably a week from now, or at least we will check our calendar. I will let you guys know. Follow us on Instagram, and we will actually post up when we will do another video. I gotta post it real, as soon as we can. But when you grow in containers, one thing you want to think about is mulch. Mulch is very important, whether you use leaves or wood chips. Um, that is very important because not only it keeps it warm, but it also keeps the soil moist. When you grow in certain, I'm sorry, when you grow in certain things. So that's another thing you want to think about. When you grow it in containers, you want to also think about the soil. Maybe like I was saying before I got into a tangent. What happens is, you know, when you grow in containers, what happens is that those nutrients depletes. The more you water, the more depletion happens when you growing in containers. So some of the things you want to use in your soil amendment is like rock dust. Rock dust, azomite rock dust, keeps minerals. Um, that's right. Good, good, good. I don't remember me even sending the link. I gotta remind myself to send the link, to the chat so everyone can follow us on Instagram before we get off of here. And also on a new video that I will post up
Oh.
this week. No, she sent a request to the egg. It's on here, right? I see it. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I see. She's gonna do it for me. Oops, sorry. So, um, and we got our we hello, free spirit. Good day, good evening to you. I'm glad you was able to make the chat. One thing what I was saying about growing in containers, you want to also make sure that you have some soil amendments, some nutrients for that soil. But remember that the soil is going to deplete. It's not going all that those nutrients is not going to stay inside the soil. And what happens with that? It's because the reason why you use losing those nutrients is because when you water, all those nutrients go comes out of that container. It has nowhere to go because you're not growing. You don't. Some people don't have their containers directly onto the ground. The roots is different. It's a lot to that story. I don't want to go to full tangent with that. But so some of the things you can use is rock dust, azomite, which is minerals. You can use different fertilizers, compost. Compost is very important. How you doing, Free Spirit? It's good to see you on here. Thank you for joining. I know you're one of our new subscribers. I appreciate you are family to us. The reason why we call it NJ Cali Garden Family because first of all, it's about family. It's about connecting with each other, and just uh rooting for one another on our YouTube channels and gardens and stuff. How is your garden doing, by the way? I would love to know. That's why we are checking in on each other today. Because we want to know how our garden's doing, how we're doing physically, emotionally, and spiritually. It doesn't matter what belief you are. Even if you're atheist, it doesn't matter. We want to check on everyone to see how everyone is doing because with everything that's going on in the world, we got to stay connected. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Backyard Gardener, what's good? How you doing, Miss Backyard Gardener? It's good to see you. Thank you for joining the live. Um, I got so excited. It's great to see you. Yeah, it's very, very vital. When growing in containers, you got to use compost. You have to use that 5-1. Everyone, thanks to New Orleans Gardener, because she changed the name from Alaska Fish Fertilizer to that 511. She's showing it now. She abbreviated. Yeah, 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 and yeah, I believe that. That's we all doing great. We got to stay connected, have peace. You know, one thing that you want to do too when you're growing in containers. I was saying with the compost, I tell people it's okay to amend your soil with while you planting like say a tomato, right? For instance, that's one of the popular things we grow in the spring and summer months is tomatoes and the bell peppers and whatnot, and peppers in general. And so I tell people, especially when it comes to compost, it's okay to mix it into the soil. But what happens is those roots don't really get it, in time. So when you do your application of compost mixed into your soil with your rock dust, azomite rock dust, or starter fertilizer, or your fertilizer in general, tomato vegetable fertilizer, you want to go ahead once you plant that tomato in that container. You want to add a little layer of that compost on top so that when you water those nutrients along with your earthworm castings can actually penetrate and get the nutrients that it needs. What you're feeding, you're really feeding the root system. You're not really feeding, you're feeding the root system. And what happens, those little particles actually start to shoot up into the stem. And what happens? The stem starts to penetrate those nutrients. And the nutrients, what happens? Those leaves start to feed onto the nutrients, and then also the flowers start to flower, etc. It's a lot, it's a lot. Okay, it's more than just NPK. There's other essentials into fertilizers such as your gypsum, your feather mill. There's a lot of different ingredients in fertilizer that we tend to forget about. We always worry about the nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. There's more to that to the soil web. Okay, just like there's a food web in nutrition, there's also a soil web. But now for nutrition, they don't use the triangle graph anymore. They use a plate. They changed it. No, worm castings is actually manure. It's basically dehydrate. It's basically it's worm poop. It's basically worm poop. Just like cows, like chicken manure, stir manure, or they call it cow manure. All it is, or rabbit poop, that's it's poop. But what happens with worms is you got to remember worms. What worms eat? Worms eat basically they eat leaves. They can even eat food scraps. Okay, not all food scraps are good for worms. Stay away from milk. Stay away from bones. Don't feed them that. They will not eat it. If you're going to start a worm tower, you want to make sure you be careful when you if you start a worm tower or worm bin, or you just feed or you do a trench composting. Trench composting is different when it comes to composting and composting. Trench composting is another term for uh composting in place. Okay, but so you want to use compost, you want to use earthworm castings. Those are very very vital. Or when you trench compost, like I do sometimes in my containers, what I would do is, though people say there's a pro con to it, the pro is that it's going to eventually get those nutrients. So I'm taking my food scraps. Don't worry about the worm tower, because I'm gonna tell you what I'm telling you right now is gonna help you. You don't need no worm tower. I'm about to show you some right. I'm about to tell you some right now. Okay. So basically, when you compost in place, okay, which is called another term for trench composting, you're basically digging a hole near your plant. Okay, not on top of that plant, but on the side of your container. I'm gonna do a demonstration for you guys this week. And I want y'all to see that video. Okay, so basically, you can take your leaves. Your like some say. Let me say your tomatoes, your tomato scraps, your onion scraps, your all any type of veggie scraps that you use, right, from cooking, right, fresh vegetables, right, that you have cooked with, right, coffee grinds. If you drink coffee, use coffee grinds. Um, you can even take leaves, crushed up leaves from last year in the fall. Okay, take all that what you have, crushed eggshells, sterilized first because you don't want to just take the crushed eggshell and just throw it in it because first of all, just like the bacteria from that egg, you want to wash it off, or you can put it in the oven at 250 degrees and let it bake a little bit and then crush it up and then place it in the container. That's another way. So you do that, gather that up, dig a hole, right? Place it in that hole, cover it up. That's all. What's going to happen? The worms, earthworms. See, the thing is, earthworms are not really composting worms. Red wigglers, and I believe it's the I can't think of the name right now. African worms, or I forgot the name of them. But red wigglers are known to be composting worms. People have to realize that earthworms don't really they eat the stuff, but they're not gonna really break it down like red wigglers. So you can always go online and purchase red wigglers and implement them into your soil. Okay, use their bedding. Okay, and once you use their bedding, what you want to do, you take them from their bedding, you place them under uh, you place it on top of your container. This is my container, right? I'm gonna use my phone. Okay, so I put the worms on top, right, next to it at night. This is better to do this at night. They like to be in a warm climate, all right, warm climate temperatures. So what you want to do, you let them go down into the soil because they don't like light. Worms do not like light. They like darkness, okay? So red wigglers especially will go down into that soil eventually, okay? And what they're gonna do once you start putting like food scraps in that hole, you want to go ahead, you are feeding them. And what's gonna happen, they're gonna start uh basically I'm gonna use my phone, okay. Okay, they're gonna basically come right. This is where you put place that food, right? So they right there, all that food is down there. What's gonna happen? They're gonna go move away from their food, that food where their food is at. And what they're gonna do? They're gonna move all the way to the other side and start pooping all those nutrients out. That is earthworm castings. That's castings right there. They don't poop near their food. They go to another area and do their business. Okay. Yeah, so that's the difference with earthworm castings. Okay, that's the term. That's a little bit of what earthworm castings do. Okay, so you can always purchase red wigglers online or at your local garden nursery. I don't think big box stores really sell the red wigglers in the pint containers or uh, you know those big containers or bags. They usually sell them at a local nursery. My local nursery right here, Green Acres, okay, they sell red wigglers here in the Central Valley of California. They have 5 locations. I'm a former employee for them. I used to work for them, so that's why I got this shirt. So I hope that helped you. Okay, those are some of the things when you're growing up in containers. You want to be very careful. Let's talk about seeds. Okay, if you're gonna grow from seed, one thing you want to think about is having a chart. Let me get this chart. All right, I'm here. So I want to get this chart for you guys. And we talked about this, all this about this stuff in our last feed, our last live. But this is very important. Okay, this is my local nursery. Green Acres. But having a seed chart um throughout for the year from January to December is very important. And what the seed chart tells you is when to start growing indoors, when to start directly outside, basically sowing directly into the ground or into that container. You can do both. Okay, it's not that saying that you can't grow indoors. It's not saying you can't grow outside. You can do both. See, same thing. Everything you're talking about, my theory and me, is legit. What I have been going through. Do you have grow lights? My three and me. Do you have grow lights in your home? Because what happens is too, we tell people to grow our our seeds, at a south facing window. We forget. See, and the thing is, we forget that our home is not heated to that particular temperature that seed needs to germinate. So basically, especially in the spring and summer, right? It gets too hot, so we don't want to grow anything, we don't want to turn the heat on. But usually, around the fall winter months, yeah, and that's the thing too. We tell them to grow everything by the window, south facing window, and that's fine. But it's good to purchase some grow lights if you can. You can order online at LED set, but even using fluorescent lights, LED lights is very vital. And I just threw that type of box we purchased our light from. Matter of fact, I would need you to when you do. I'm gonna post a picture of the light we use. We use two different light setups. See, that's the thing. Stay on your budget. Don't, and that's one thing I want to talk about. To stay on your budget. Do not, please, do not go above your budget. Please don't. I that's one thing you want to. As a new gardener, let me just say this: as a new gardener, we gotta remember that having a budget is very important. Before you start a garden, plan out, get a piece of paper, plan out a budget. What things you want to start first? That's the other. Yeah, a south facing window is very important. But when you do start a budget, have a list of what things you will need, and you will not be able to get everything at first. So what I'm doing right now, I get a certain allowance every month for our garden. So I get the itch. I do get the itch. I be want to buy everything at one time. My wife be like, no, don't do it. Wait, have patience. We have to have patience. Patience is a virtue in the garden. No matter how you look at it. Patience in life is a virtue. That's one thing we have to remember. As a gardener, we have to have patience. The first thing you should do as a rookie gardener is have a list. What will you need first to start a garden? So if I'm growing in the ground, what are the two things I'm gonna need first? I'm gonna need a bucket, I'm gonna need a container, and I'm gonna need soil. How many containers am I going to need to feed my family? What size container am I going to need? Because sometimes we get the wrong size, and then if we go to a big box store, they're not going to tell you you need a 5 gallon container. Matter of fact, you don't even know what size you need because you don't even know their measurements correctly. Because at the big box store, their measurement system is totally different from saying a 5 gallon container. Yeah, it happens. That everything you're saying, my three with me, it happened to me. Legit. I went in 2017. After I got our first fruit tree, I went crazy. Like my first the last video I just posted was the other day. The sanguinella blood orange tree was the first fruit tree we was given, not even purchased, was given. That was the first thing we ever gotten. And as soon as we got that, oh my gosh, I went crazy. I I think that was the same year. Yeah, that same year I purchased a Mario Lemon from my. Well, no, that was a gift. It was a gift. My wife, and mother-in-law, I believe. That's my mother-in-law that gave us that Mario Lemon.
For your birthday?
Yeah,
Yeah, she gave me a treat.
yeah. My mother-in-law gave me a.
So you
Hey,
forget.
lad, how you doing?
You
Basil. Oh, yeah, I cooked the basil tree
forgot
first.
the
That
August.
Les said, hey, babe.
Hey, man, good to see you. No, you don't.
Okay.
Hey.
Excuse me, y'all. I'm over here call. I'm so excited. It's good to see you, Les. Good to see everybody tonight. Um, so what I was saying is that was the first. The second little blood orange tree was given to me as a gift. And then I went to Winco at a grocery store and got basil. That's I killed the basil plant, but I was learning legit. And that's the thing. You could be a rookie gardener, a new gardener, rookie gardener, an OG gardener, a master gardener. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna place a fruit tree in the wrong area. You're gonna place some vegetables in the wrong area. You're gonna place flowers in the wrong area. You know what I mean? But you learn from it. You learn from your mistakes. Life lessons. Not every seed in life is gonna germinate for you. You know. And then from having a Maya lemon, legit, we had purchased a standard Washington navel orange, and I just kept purchasing. I had purchased blueberries, and I'm telling you, grow what you love to eat, but be careful on what you're growing. Okay, if you ain't gonna don't purchase vegetables that you don't like in your garden, don't do it. Please don't. So for us, I just received a mail order of some seeds for our fall winter months because my family, we juice. Okay, so I have root vegetables, and then I also have some leafy greens because I implement that into our diet. Everything else in my garden right now is focused on this year, and from now on is perennial and only like collard greens, spinach, kale. Those are the three leafy greens we eat a lot, especially spinach. That's what we eat a lot, I think, right? Yeah, she said spinach is a lot, you know? Thank you, Larry. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's a man, from man, it's tough for me right now because I'm having issues with the itch, want to purchase more. And I'm like, no, I can't do it. I have enough. I have enough. I have enough. Um and so I want to tell you guys this, the ones that's new to gardening, grow with the seasons. Okay. And I'm gonna say this, there's a reason why. The reason why you want to grow with the seasons, this is what I'm saying, especially with perennials. If you notice certain fruit trees, yeah, it is not. This ain't the time and the year to do all that experimenting. And the reason why I say that because you know we got a bad habit of purchasing stuff that we don't necessarily need. I got that bad habit. My wife would tell you straight up. She'd be like, "Dude, for what?" You know. She'll tell you straight up. She's like, why you need? Why you want this? It's too much. You don't need this. And that's when grafting come in. When you learn how to graft properly. Uh, that's another story. Or airline having more than enough. Uh, but so what I'm doing now, I'm learning that I gotta eat with the seasons. But not only that, I'm the things I'm growing is for every season. So now my blueberries are almost ready for us to pick and eat. I have blueberries now. Listen, I'm good for that. Lady NJ sounds like Lady yeah, you know what I mean? So I'm learning that, I told my wife, I said, I told my wife, I said, I'm growing with the season. So we got blueberries right now. We got blueberries ready for us. We have strawberries. I don't have a lot of strawberries, but I have strawberries right now. So if I want to eat, not don't eat the strawberry, I can juice it. So I have things for every season for spring, summer, and fall slash winter. You don't need a whole bunch of trees in your yard. You don't need a whole bunch of vegetation in your yard. It's gonna get too crowded. Grassing is hard. What's somebody talking with us? He eating though. Um, Grafting is hard. It is because you don't know if they're gonna live. You don't know if it's gonna die. He's over here eating right now, y'all. So y'all just okay. I gotta back up, but yeah. Um, So we're growing with the seasons. Don't purchase a lot of stuff. Go on a budget. Stay on your budget. There's some things that I gotta do right now for next year that I'm saving up right now, and I got the itch to spend this money, and I don't need to spend it right now. Thank you. I need that easy way, man. I keep looking at your videos, late. I'm just trying to get it right. Cause April, May, June is when we could grab onto our citrus, and I cut myself a month ago by mistake, but that was my fault. And it's sad because I'm a chef and I should know. Well, I'm still a chef, but I'm no longer in the kitchen anymore. I changed. I didn't have my gloves on. I ain't with my garden gloves. Hard headed. I'm like Supreme, not wearing our gloves. You're supposed to wear gloves. Protect yourself. Uh, yeah, you gotta protect yourself, right? Yes. Oh, so I didn't wear my gloves. I was being hard headed. I'm a trained chef, and you should know better. When you got sharp knives, protect your hands. Use a knife glove if you got to. You know, so I'm staying on budget. There are some trees that I have to, pot up. There are the blueberries need to get pot up, but so I'm saving my money for them. Thank you, lad. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. These are people we need to follow, like Led Farmer 73. Great person. Let me tell y'all something. I learned from Led Farmer 73. I learned that you don't gotta purchase fertilizer. You could just use your used coffee grounds, eggshells, banana peels. That's where I got that from. Digging a hole, put it in between my lemon tree. Digging a hole, placing it into my even in my vegetables, or even other fruit trees, stone fruit. So we all learn from each other. And the thing is, yes, we learn from each other. You're always talking to. But the thing is, we got to do it at the right time. When for us, we all living in different zones, and that's the thing with growing in containers. Even as you grow in containers, you post as a rookie gardener, you got to know the zone you live in. I'm in the Central California. I'm in Central California. Yes. We're in Central California, as he's saying right now. I'm in Zone 9B. Some of you could be in Zone 7A, you know? And so you got to know that zone, because what happens is, even now, our weather, yesterday was 95 degrees, y'all, out here. It's spring. It ain't even summer yet. 95 degrees. Hey, he over here, he having his own conversation about it. What's this? Oh, that's just bacon. Okay. I thought that was a coin. Anyway, um, we all learn. I'm telling you, like I literally put our blueberries, and I just did a video on that last week. I think it was, into our part shade, part sun. because I learned my lesson last year. Last year, I learned that the leaves would turn crispy if it's in the full direct sun. Okay, so I don't want that to happen again. And I don't like pouring seaweed extract every single week onto those blueberries. So I place it in a part shade, part sun. That don't mean they're gonna ripen quicker than it's supposed to, because now they're in a part shade, part sun. They're not gonna be ready to harvest so quickly. So I gotta wait it out. So that's what we're doing. Wait a game. I just recently today I went in the garden, you know, and what happened? The mint is gone. The spearmint we had growing, it's gone. It died. The sun. Too hot. 95 degrees. And I'm mad if you water or not. And I remember around this time last year because it's 20 degrees in Michigan last night. What the? Oh heck no. You know what? That's funny because out in Jersey it was cold too. My family out there said that it was like in the 40s, So that last night. So I believe it. What's this? Oh, so we just juiced this is today. This is green juice, a green drink. I gotta drink some of this. My voice is cracked. That's why he acting the way he acting. Oh. So anytime my son don't want to eat his vegetables, we give him the green drink. So that's what he's drinking right now. So man, that's cold. Oh Jesus, I don't miss them days. I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. But see, I found out too from somebody that's from Massachusetts. They said around this time, occasionally this happens. With everybody. I don't know. Out here, it's just weird. It's in California right now. It's too hot. It's just too hot. I'm hot right now. It's just too hot right now, y'all. Man. So I got in that green drink I was just drinking a sip of that. It's spinach, cucumber, apple. That's it. I didn't put nothing in it. I didn't put nothing. You're right. It should be on fire in South Carolina. It really should. Supposed to be hot. Cause you near Georgia. Come on now. And this is May. We're almost in the third week of May. Man, it's gonna add, but now you know what's gonna happen though? It's gonna get hot. Watch. Y'all, when everybody suspects it, y'all gonna be like, "Ooh, it's gonna be like 100 degrees." Watch what I tell you. It's gonna be 100 degrees soon. Definitely. But yeah, like I was saying to y'all, like I'm learning. I'm learning every day. It's y'all cold, huh? Y'all ain't used to this. No one used to the type of weather we having. Nobody. I don't care where you live, the United States of America or the world. The weather is bipolar. It got its own. It got its own agenda. Yes. That's like somebody stay safe, stay warm, stay cool, whatever you got to do. You know. Don't. And this is a great lesson for all gardeners though, because this teaches you how to adjust and adapt to our climates that we are in right now. You know, this teaches us a lot. So it can prepare us for our future. So when we have an issue like this again, all we got to do is think about what happened in year 2020. Yes, yeah. He's having his own conversation, y'all. It's so funny. You know what I mean? It tells us what we can do. Let me just tell y'all. So not only do we got to think about when we're growing containers, the soil amendments, and covering mulching and all that kind of stuff. We got to think about what we are growing. So basically, like I told you, I got fruit trees. Every few years, we got to pot up. I just told you I got to pot up the blueberries. So you have to have, like I told you, allowance just for those things. You got to put money aside for those things. You got to put money aside for fertilizers, And if you're not going to use those fertilizers from the store, Use weeds. Weeds. Those weeds y'all be talking about that y'all tired of. Dry those weeds up. Take those collard greens. Take those banana peels. Put in some water. Excuse me, y'all. Put in some water. You know what I mean? And let it sit. It's gonna stink very badly. Okay? It's gonna smell. It's gonna be funky. It's gonna be funky. But that is a natural fertilizer. Use some grass clippings in that water. You got your own fertilizer. It might be, it's free. Ain't nothing like free, y'all. Come on now. Free. 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 Free 99. 99.99. Free. You know? So if you can't afford to purchase these fertilizers from your local nurseries, think about free. Think about what you have already at your in your home. Even if you got a balcony, come on, and you grew some collard greens, you grew some collard greens like that from the fall winter months. Remind yourself, put those collard greens in the freezer so it won't die up, so quickly. Put them in the freezer, right? Once you know you got a fertilizer, get you some water in a bucket with a lid. Place those collard greens in there, in that bucket and water, sit it to the side. Remember, it's gonna smell. It's gonna smell funky. So I don't know. Backyard garden asking what size pots I have 5 gallon containers. I have 15-gallon containers. I have 4-gallon containers, and I have 3-gallon containers. Each one has its own purpose. And then we have the grow bag, the raised bag grow bag. And so that grow bag is just for our root vegetables. Then I have a 20-gallon container with our Maya lemon in it. So almost all my 15-gallon containers have our fruit trees in it. The blueberries is the only thing that has to be piled up right now. And the single nut blood orange, that I'm not gonna pile up yet because that one we took the root system, fixed the root system about a year or two ago, and is actually trying to establish itself into that container again. That's the only one I'm not gonna pot up yet. I'm waiting until another year or so to actually mess with that pot. That blood orange tree. Um so the only thing that will be getting pot up is our those blueberries, the blackberries, the black no not the black star yeah the black stallion blackberry back there, and the raspberry that's in a 5 gallon container right now that we're gonna just pot up to a 20 gallon grow bag. I'm not gonna do that yet. That's why I'm saving my money right now because I gotta purchase that stuff. And also, if y'all have noticed, I'm gonna talk about this too. If y'all have noticed on my videos, the muffling, I only use my phone. I don't have a camera. All right. So I vlog with my phone. So we're saving up for a mic, especially mic for our phone until I can afford to get a camera. I don't have the finances yet to do that. So it's taking me a little bit longer to do what I need to do, but that's all right. I know God got us, and we're gonna blow up eventually, and it's gonna everything gonna work out. Because I used to go live before YouTube changed their algorithm of having 1,000 subscribers to go live on your phone. I used to go live on my phone, and I was able to actually show you guys from a live feed how our garden is doing live, and that was one of the best things I ever was. They took away. They should never did that, but they did. So it sucks for those who have a low amount of subscribers that want to go live from their phone and they can't, So they got to use their laptop. Because some people can't even use their camera, their actual camera, like the Canon, the Nikon, those type of cameras. So don't forget to like, subscribe if you want to go. If you want to see us live on our on location in the garden, go ahead and go hit that subscribe button and bless us so we could hit that 1,000 mark. So we go live from mobile phone. Amen, church. Hallelujah. So back to what I was saying. Um, So yeah, we have a lot, that we do grow in our garden. So we gotta. I'm actually taking away a lot of things from our garden that we don't eat. Yes, yes, sir. I hear you. Yeah, you're excited, huh? So anybody got any questions they want to ask? Really, man? Wow, that's crazy. Well, that's sad, man. That's sad. That is sad, man. But you know what? There's a blessing behind everything. There's a reason for everything, so we can't get really upset about it. It's the safeguarding mechanism, I guess. I don't know. And then some people, I want to say, it, but anyway, let me. So right, if y'all got questions, put them in the chat so we can answer some questions, while I'm talking. Um, like one thing that bothers me, I'm starting to notice everybody is doing a YouTube channel now. Man, laughing because I had a bleeper moment. But I know, right? I'm so excited. I want to say this, and I don't mean no harm or foul to anyone who has a YouTube channel, but everybody got a scam. Okay, I want to tell y'all, be careful. Be careful. Some people got not everybody got a scam, but some people got a scam. That's what I want to say. I'm sorry, I got my words all mixed up today. Uh, no, you're fine. I don't care. That's good dialogue. Keep doing it. You good. My three and me. You good. That's fine. But some people got a scam for YouTube. Some people want the money, and you gotta be very careful. Some people are greedy for greed. I'm doing it. The reason why I started a YouTube channel because I was inspired to do a YouTube channel again. I had a YouTube channel in 2000 and I believe it was 11 or 10, and this year, that year, I got obsessed with watching John Collier from GrowingYourGreens.com. He's actually the matriarch of for gardeners he's the one promoted it and everybody started doing it, you know. And in 2017, I was inspired to start. He started on YouTube, you know what I mean? But I don't think he was the only one, but he's the one that actually he blew up for his dialogue and content. That's how. So, but I was inspired, and only thing the reason why I started this YouTube channel was the simple fact to help people in my zone 9B in Central Valley, California, and the world to let them know that you can be young and you could be young with a family and still start a garden. There's no excuses, you know? And so, even if I had over a million subscribers or not, everyone has a different agenda. My agenda is to reach the young and reach the old and reach the people who want a family, you know? You don't have to have a big garden. You don't. You could just grow herbs, culinary herbs. I'm just say culinary herbs because I got to be careful how we search certain terms now because herbs could mean marijuana for some people or cannabis. So we got to be careful. I don't smoke that ganja. All right, come on now. We don't. Ain't no ganja, no cannabis or anything that in our regard. So yeah, it's up. Yeah, you're right, lad. You're right. And so, that's my agenda. That's my assignment for right now. It's to help those that want to start a garden in containers, and in the ground because I could do both. Herb, herb. That herb. I don't do none of that. And some people don't realize if the native Indians, okay, and this is the truth. A lot of people think they're supposed to smoke marijuana. You're not. What people don't realize, marijuana was actually grown not just for smoking, but as a tea. Okay, so it's actually a tea as well. For those that don't know that, some people don't. But I bet you everybody growing a garden now because of this pandemic or the COVID or whatever you want to call it. Everybody's doing something. They hungry. They're scared. They're afraid. And you notice. Let me just say this. You notice that some people they're doing a homestead. They're going towards the homestead way. Yeah, that's that chronic, right? Some people are starting a urban homestead. They starting to implement chickens into their home. They're starting to add a cow to their home. Goats, sheep. They add, matter of fact, let's just put it like this: a farm, a mini farm, and that's what it is. But they call it a homestead, but it's really a mini farm, you know. But it is not selling that product, and for gain. It's from themselves most of the time. Yes. So, anybody got any more questions before we go? Because I just wanted to give you some dialogue. I want to make sure everyone is doing okay. I'm sorry to lay about Bonita too, man. I remember that the tree, yeah, Bonita, rest RH Bonita. She left a legacy. That if we wanna just be real, she left a legacy. She left someone with you. That is the daughter, the other daughter. So that's a blessing. You still have a part of Bonita. It's sad, but that's what it is. She left her legacy behind, and that's a tree, but it's very sentimental. Excuse me, we don't realize it, but you still have a part. That's the legacy. It's another generation. My son over here is going in. You gotta keep it moving, y'all. We gotta, yeah, yeah. I know. Yeah, I remember you said that it was family. Yeah, yes. My son's excited. I think because he's eating applesauce. You talking with us? You having a dialogue with us? Yeah. So any more questions, guys? I just want to give y'all a little feedback, on gardening. And you could also, I didn't get into the pest control, but you could also use neem oil. And I'm sorry, I'm talking kind of loud because my son is talking over me. But you can also use neem oil. You don't have to, because you can also use different type of flowers. Beneficial flowers like yeah, to attract beneficial insects like the ladybug, the lacewing, praying mantis, borage, uh, borage help, sunflowers, um, nasturtiums, and that also goes into companion planting, which we could do another live feed to talk about that. I don't know what date exactly what that would be like. What date that would be like. What date that would be? I gotta look and see right quick. Do we have anything on our schedule on a Saturday? So what we'll do is follow us on Instagram, please, guys. Yeah, I gotta get the link first, sweetie. Follow us on. Yeah. So we will let us know. Not the lace wig, you put on for the wig, not that lace wig, but they call lace wigs. But one thing about the lace wigs, you gotta be careful with those type of insects, because lace wigs they will take over your garden, but they will kill the other bugs that are pests to you. For instance, I have spider mice in my backyard, but I don't mess with spiders because I know they're killing the bad bugs that are in our. I don't want to mess with them. Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, yeah, I'm over here trying to get it together. Oh, she just. Oh, thank you for about the watch hours. I appreciate it. I forgot about that. So yeah. So if you're new, from YouTube, you don't know about the watch hours. The watch hours. Yes, ma'am. That's it. That's our egg. And the reason why I don't have a full YouTube name on our Instagram, I felt like it was too much. to be typing in, trying to find us on you on our Instagram. So I made it short to NJ Kelly Gardner. It's still NJ Kelly Gardner family, but it's abbreviated to NJ Kelly Gardner. So you will see my picture, the picture that you're on my that's in the chat. She want me to update what? My family. Okay, we gotta take a picture though. So in the future, coming soon near you, we're gonna have a family picture up of us three, on our yeah, coming soon because now she's just putting in. Thank you, Leah. I appreciate you for watching our videos. It's appreciated. I appreciate it.
We waiting on that dance video.
You hear her? She getting on you, Leah.
That dance challenge.
She can't. Nobody can't see you.
But he can hear me.
You heard. I hope you heard. I ain't saying nothing about that video. That's her. That's on her. Anyway, oh, he don't have time. He got to work. He got to feed his family.
Well, he
Oh.
still could do a dance.
Oh, my God. Y'all help me,
That's
Jesus.
what you're working. Glad we calling you out.
Not me. It's not me. That's
Where's
her.
your dance challenge video?
That's her.
Yeah, he's laughing. Yeah, we laughing too.
That's all. Look, I got nothing to do. That's all her. I ain't got nothing.
He's like, oh shoot. Oh boy. We can't wait. Can't wait.
What was saying? Oh, so yeah, we're gonna have a new icon image on our YouTube channel and the Kelly Gardner. But for now, it's just me and my chef jacket. He said when he gets time, he gonna will show you my. I'm gonna show you my mean moves. Oh God.
You don't not a lot of time. Lady Cal. You don't need a lot of time. It doesn't take you know what? It'll take you less time than it takes me to make soap.
Ooh, good night.
He's laughing. See, that's how I like that. He got a good sense of humor.
I'm going to sleep with
One
that.
take, you don't have to edit it or anything. Just,
Oh man, I'm done. Y'all just, I'm done. Good night. But anyway, if there's any more questions, let me know because I don't want to keep nobody. And I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mamas. If you lost your child through a if you lost your child from no matter what happens, to your child, you're still a mom. And so Happy Mother's Day to everyone who is celebrating their mother, their grandmother, the great grand, the auntie, the godmama. He said it was cold. I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I don't know. That's how you warm up. Maybe shut up. But anyway, I thank you all for watching. Thank you for reminding me about the watch hours. This does help us with being monetized, I believe. That's another thing about being live. The more watch hours you get, the more it adds to that 4,000. That helps. But share. Please help me out here. Share so we can start doing that live on to hit 1,000 on location, guys. If you know anyone that wants to grow in containers and also want to learn how to grow fruit trees in containers and vegetables and blueberries, they can always you can share any of our videos to someone who may need some help because I just don't grow vegetables. I grow blueberries, strawberries, and fruit trees as well. And also, they have questions. They could always hit us on our. You can put in the comments, and you can also email us. Put my email down right now. Yes, this is our YouTube email. NJ Kelly Gardner and I believe it's NJ Kelly Gardner family. Let me check right quick before I even say that. Give me a second, y'all. I want to make sure I ain't put families on this one. I think I believe. We can do a Q&A for you guys, by the way.
Or if they have any
Okay, yeah.
ideas of that they want, things they want to see, let us know. We can make that video.
So basically, it's NJ Kelly Gardner at gmail.com. If you got any questions, feel free to email us.
Yeah, I called you out. We've been waiting a long time for that video. just for the call out, just for the invitation. So
That was in
yeah.
April. That was a month ago.
Oh,
Um,
yep.
that was what?
Was it?
Yeah,
Yes.
it was a month ago. Um, but if you got any questions, guys, please email us. I'm constantly on my phone. I got a bad habit, y'all. But everything's on my phone. So as far as my books on Kindle and everything like that and YouTube, I do see everything. But please email us your questions.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Thank you,
My
my
three
three
and
and
me.
me. If you have any questions about your soil, about look, I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. I'm just gonna say this about citrus for a minute. We tend to say we need acidic soil. Yes, we do. But like I've been telling y'all, you can grow your citrus trees in raised bed potting soil without a problem. Organic raised bed. I use Kellogg's raised bed potting soil in my for my citrus trees. But besides, I believe it's two of them that has the Zeus rhododendron soil, acidic soil. I have three of my citrus trees in raised bed potting soil. So that's from Kellogg's Organics Raised Bed Potting Soil, and I've been talking about that for the longest. So if you can afford Cactus Mix or whatever it's called, Cactus Palm, go get you some Kellogg's Raised Bed Potting Soil from your big box store. I don't know if your local nursery will sell that item, but go ahead and get you some raised bed potting soil. Kellogg's Organic Raised Bed Potting Soil. I'm not being. Go get you some. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we gotta go. I've been on here too long. I still gotta get ready for Mother's Day tomorrow. All right. But I thank you all for watching.
And we're glad we brought a smile to your face, Lead Farmer. Please do the same. You know, pass on the love, and we'll be looking forward to that dance video.
Yeah, you're right. She said go on our phone and put it on our phone. I know I had did that earlier too. It's so funny she saying that. I did that earlier when I was everybody keep jumping on and off. Yeah, you're right on that. You're right on. I think I was on here. I was.
Oh, good idea. Just put it on our phone
Yeah, like I got it right now. I'm looking. Look.
and just make it
See,
live.
see,
That's
look.
more live art. Yeah. Oh, look how delayed it is. That's funny. Ha!
Have a blessed day, free spirit. Make sure if y'all go to church, make sure y'all pray for us. Keep us a positive prayer, you know. And we be praying for all of you guys. That's what we do. Thanks, lad. We glad you had a ball. We glad everyone had a ball. Go
Yes,
see
we
your
did.
mama. Go see your parents. If you gotta go to the cemetery tomorrow, or just reflect about them at home.
All the phones in the house.
All the phones in the house. Yeah. Even use your laptop if you got to.
Thanks for the tip, my three and me.
Thank you for the tip.
Appreciate
We
it.
appreciate it. But we gotta go. I gotta go get ready. I gotta do some stuff for tonight and tomorrow and get ready for work. Good night. God bless. I hope you guys enjoy the live. Remember, we're going to post a photo of our next live on Instagram and try to do the same on here. So blessings to you all. Let's say something. Lady Cow, I will start working on my moves tonight. Night backyard gardener. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. This was just a check-in, guys. Remember, it wasn't no real topic, on everything. But I thank you all. May God bless you. Happy Mother's Day again to all the mothers. Until next time, remember, like, subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. Enjoy your day. Peace.